we believe that we should just be consumers. Most people, when I hear them talk about long term relationships, one of the things that I hear people say often is that they risk their safety and security. A lot of people believe that if they were to get in a relationship, that their safety and security would be at jeopardy. Like they could lose their house, their cars, their material things. Their most basic needs would be at risk. Vice versa for women. A lot of women fear that their freedom would be at risk. Men too, but a lot of women, they have been taught to view marriage and long-term relationships as detrimental. And that's all fine and dandy. That's all cool. But the problem, or what I would argue, is that if people are not going to get married, cool, when the relationship starts, because we have changed what a relationship is. Now, stay with me because this has far-reaching consequences for the children that's born in these situationships. So my premise is that the relationship starts when you enter the bedroom. So I ask, when does a relationship start? My answer, when you enter the bedroom. Now, that means you could know the person for 1 hour, you could know the person for 5 years. If you enter the bedroom with this adult, you have now created a relationship with the person. Now, here's the problem. Guys not thinking or being young of age, we have contraceptives of all kind. We even can terminate, you know what, if we feel that is unwanted. So now this blurs the line of what makes a relationship a relationship. Use that as a framework to say this is the reason why. Uh, this is the reason why black men are often reflected in a negative manner in the media because our genetics are so profound that no matter what race we mix with, you're going to see evidence of that in the offspring. And so that, for some reason, that bothers people, right? Now, the crazy thing about this is the precise reason why they after black men. You have an attractive date, attractive spouse, that and other men tell you that, wow, your wife is hot, or wow, your girlfriend is very attractive. This is something that is a psychological need that men feel. However, it has been weaponized, right? And so what ends up happening is that guys end up having babies with women, and then where guys mess up, guys say, we wasn't in a relationship because I didn't feel emotionally attached to her, so it wasn't a relationship. This is where you're messing up, guys. If you enter the bedroom with this person, you are in the relationship. Ladies, let me tell you something. If you enter the bedroom with this man, you are in a relationship. Now, I wanted to know, how can I get a more fulfilling relationship? What am I doing wrong? Guys are taught to date and to be with as many women as possible. And as a result, this can have very negative consequences for us. We can have multiple offsprings with different women. We can have our financial situation put at risk, our safety and security put at risk. If we don't make certain payments, we could end up in prison because of the government forcing us to pay. Women, their safety and security is at risk too. Women could lose their life during childbirth. They're vulnerable. How can a woman get up and go to work and she has a baby in her belly? You feel what I'm saying? So men need women. We need each other.
No white men. Like, I just like darker skin. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Like,
Tall, not white. Like, you guys, handsome as what?
man, I'm so glad we have these videos because in the past, people would probably say that we were lying. people would probably say that we were lying.
I'm going to tell you why the Slavic women, they like the black or
So this is a European woman, and she is going to talk about why European women, now she's from Eastern Europe, why they want or are attracted to black men. And guys, I travel. Not the union or the relationship that's the problem. Is that it's a difference in power dynamics, right? At the end of the day, when a white person dates a black person, the black person is a victim in the system because they are non-white. And we live in a system controlled and dominated by whites. So when they get out of bed or when they leave the house, one person is white and the other person is not. So what does that mean? That means that one person is free and the other person is not. And that's a deeper conversation that I'll probably have next week, talking about the problems that arise with interracial relationships.
Y'all, imagine being married, asking for a divorce for a specific reason, and then regretting that shit later. Okay, so there was this woman on TikTok who made a video about her friend. So her and her friend went out recently, and her friend was married for 11 years to a man that she thought they were going to be together forever and ever and ever because they were just a super cute couple. They had a really good dynamic, and they got along really well and never had crazy issues, right? So but she's now divorced and has been divorced for 3 years. And so she asks her, like, oh, like, why did you end up, getting divorced? And she said, well, I am the one who asked for the divorce because I got bored. She said the relationship got really boring. She was a stay-at-home mom. All he did was work, and they were well off. So this guy is putting in a lot of hours and a lot of work time so that way they can live the comfortable life they were living. Okay, he paying all the bills. So she said she got bored always being home, taking care of the kids and not really having them time or doing like spontaneous fun stuff. Well, she would tell him about it and he would try to take her out and try to do stuff, but it just felt like it wasn't enough and it wasn't the same for her that, like it used to be when you're in a fresh relationship. Well, duh, bitch, it's been 11 years. Spice it up. You do something. Anyway, so she asked for a divorce. He gave it to her and she's been dating for these past 3 years. And so she asks her, how's it been? How's the dating life been? Okay. And she tells her, honestly, it's been trash. It was fun at first, but now it's not fun because I'm looking for something serious now, and no guys want to take shit serious. All they want to do is have fun, right? Club, bar, let's go out, let's do this, let's travel, let's do that. It's always go, and that is what she wanted in the beginning, but that's not what she wants now, 3 years later, right? So now she's like, I want to get serious with someone, and I want someone to help me with my kids and help me, and I don't fucking know. She wanted to be a stay-at-home mom again, okay? What she wanted was her old life that she chose to give up for some fun, temporary fun at that, right? So she left this good-ass man for bullshit just to regret it. And he has been now in a relationship for 2 years of the 3 years they've been divorced. So a year he took to himself, then he found someone and he's been with that person for 2 years. She is now moved in. She is now living the life that this woman once was living. And she herself has 2 kids, so he's helping her with her kids and his kids. And she's kind of like offended by that. Shorty, you gave him up. He got every right to be happy. And he was a good one because somebody cuffed him up real fucking quick and knew how to keep him. So all I gotta say is if you got a good man, keep him. Keep him. Be bored, bitch. Figure it out.
And basically, you're never going to have enough money because the people that make the money control how much it's worth. Now, will we ever have enough money? Who knows? In recent times, now, this is what's so deep about what Neely Fuller said. He stated in the 70s, guys, they control what money is. He didn't even live, he lived to see it. He was an old man by then, but he said that before Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and all of this stuff was a thing. So everybody that's basing their hope on they're going to save enough money If you save enough money, or if you get enough money, you'll be free. I'm not going to say that you're wrong, because I'm not here to, I don't know. But what I would say is that all of the great thinkers that came before us tried it and they still failed. I doubt you have more money or gold than a pharaoh in Egypt. And the pharaohs in Egypt lost their empire. I doubt you will ever have more money than the pharaohs in Egypt that buried themselves with gold and their empire still failed. So if money was enough, why did their empire fall? Why did Greece fall? Why did Rome fall? Into the room. First, we talked about Karl Marx. Karl Marx stated that he didn't say it was about race. Karl Marx stated that it was about economics. That people are mistreated because of economics. And you got some people in modern times that still argue that. You got some people today that will argue people are mistreated based on wealth inequality. That you're not mistreated because of all of these other reasons. You're mistreated because you're poor. The problem I have with that theory is that who creates the money? Is some people who trade their time for money. Most of us, that's me. I speak on me. I trade my time for money. You pay me enough money, I'll come speak at your event. You pay me enough money, I'll be there. Okay? Why? Because I got to get my basic needs met. That's my physiological needs. I got to get my warmth, my safety and security, my house, right? Then I'm trying to get my my psychological needs met. If my basic needs not met, then psychologically I'm not going to be on point. Then I'm also needing money to get to the place where I experience self-actualization, where I have reached the desire to be all that I can be. But I do reject the idea that money, I'm living simply to be a consumer. I reject that. I don't believe that I'm alive.
I was told not to speak about this, and honestly it just makes me want to speak about this even more. And not because I want to talk crap or any of that kind of stuff. It's just, life is really hard to just keep it all in and not share it. And to be honest, yes, this is my second divorce. Yes, I'm 25 years old, and I know that's embarrassing. Like, that sounds embarrassing. Like, oh, you must be the problem. Oh my gosh, 25 and your second divorce. Yes, I am going through another divorce, and I am going to speak about it. Not going to share the reasons specifically why, because yes, the person does deserve privacy. But all I can say is that this is a very difficult time for me. This has been my lowest point ever, and I will never stay, even if I love a man. My kids will always come first, no matter what. I don't care if we're married. And that decision that I made was really hard. It was like the hardest decision I had to make in my entire life. But I know that I made the right choice, because JoJo deserves the best. Isaiah deserves the best. And I will continue to do that always. Now, it's not easy being a single mom again. And I say again because the first time I married, it backfired really fast, a week after to be exact, because cheaters will be cheaters, you know, and unfortunately, or actually I would say thankfully, I got pregnant and I have my JoJo now. The only problem is that just because you get married, it doesn't mean everything will be solved for you or everything's gonna go great. Things don't always turn out the way you plan them to. And yeah, I got pregnant, and I've been carrying the weight by myself with JoJo for the past, I mean, he's gonna be 4. Although in my second marriage, I did receive like help for JoJo. I'm happy I have JoJo in my life because I don't have to go through this alone, but I am sad that I couldn't give JoJo a father figure. I am sad about it. I am. Now, Isaiah has a great father figure, and I'm so happy for that, but it's still unfortunate that I couldn't give both my children what they deserved. And there won't be a third. There won't be a third try. You know how they say, third time's the charm. No, I ain't doing that anymore. And I'm gonna struggle for who knows how long until they're older and they're able to, you know, be independent. But for now, I still have to continue to work very hard, and I still have to continue to be in this state co-parenting, because that's where my second child was born and that's where his father is, and I have to stay here, and I'm stuck regardless of my circumstances. And I have to constantly be trying to find new babysitters because they all quit. They all quit after like 2 weeks because I can't afford that much. So I'm constantly with fear that I might get fired at my job, because this past month I've been late twice because my babysitters are so unreliable and they just quit. And this is gonna be my life for who knows how many years until my kids go into school. I don't know, but they're still very young, so that's still gonna continue for a long time. And not just that, but I don't have my family here. Like, I miss my mom, I miss all of them, and they're in a different country. Like, there's nothing I can do about it because I'm co-parenting and I have to stay here. But I also can't have the support of my soon-to-be ex-husband, because if we want to do it the correct way and co-parent the right way, I have to keep to myself and I have to do things on my own. And I can't ask his family for help because that's his family. And the minute I decide to divorce him, which I'm in the process of doing right now, I can't receive help from his family. And it's unfortunate for me because I'm the loneliest I've ever been. I'm at the lowest financially too. My car is I don't think my car will make it another winter here. It needs tires, it needs brakes, it needs a lot of things. And it's just a constant stress of thinking, shoot, are we gonna make it this month? Like, and then on top of that, like, just feeling all the weight. Anyways, this page is only about positivity. And the reason why I speak like a lot of positive stuff is because I've heard this saying that if you speak positive thoughts, you will feel positive. So that's why I speak positive things all the time, not because I feel good right now or because I just try to trick my brain into thinking everything's okay when honestly, like, I'm not doing that okay. Every day I feel worried, I feel stressed, and I know that there's bigger problems, you know, like at least we're all alive and we're healthy, but it really is hard being a single mom again. But I know that at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. And my kids will know that I chose them. And one day they're going to realize how hard I worked for them. And I also hope that they know how much I love them. So for that person who commented on my other post saying, like, oh, you left your second marriage because you were bored. That's not why I left. It's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I was just so bored that I left, and now I'm in this situation, and I keep choosing this situation just because I don't want to be bored. Trust me. I am still grateful at the end of the day for what I have, and I'm still grateful to know that there's still a few people in my life who care about me, and I will continue to use this platform to vent, because at the end of the day, it's mainly just strangers. It's a safe space, right? We can just vent, and no one really cares. I mean, except for the haters who come here and like talk crap to me, but whatever. I don't have to stay silent about all this. This is my journey, and I will speak on it. And my married days are over. I don't have to stay silent anymore. If there's some truth that I want to share and it's my journey, I'm gonna share it. And it is what it is. So if any of this makes you uncomfortable, then just exit out my page. Don't look at my stuff. That's how I feel today, and hopefully tomorrow's a better day. We will continue to try and stay positive, because that's all we can do at this point, and hopefully life gets better, not just for me, but for my kids, because that's all that I care about. That is all I care about. Have a good day.
Money or love? The age-old dilemma. Now, this is a classic hypothetical question that delves into what people value most in life. The choice between money and love often depends on individual priorities, life experiences, and current circumstances. Which would you choose? Ideally, many people would want both. We'll want money for security, and we'll want love to appreciate the material things that we are able to obtain. And I understand that. So there's no right or wrong answer. But when we ask this question, what we're really getting to is what people value. And that's why I think love is important, balance is important, because it goes back to the money side of the conversation. People do have to work. And we living in these countries now, in the world now, where things are increasingly expensive. And so oftentimes we are forced to sacrifice intimate times with family, friends, and even ourselves in order to earn money. And it can feel, and we can develop thoughts to begin to think that the love or intimacy is less important. And it's a balancing act, you guys. And so I just really wanted to talk about money or love, the age-old dilemma. And so I wanted to play some content that's more on the lighter side.
So I'm sitting here in my car and I really am looking at the date. It's August 2nd and I'm really not about to go in nobody's classroom. I quit teaching. I quit. Nobody believed that I would do it, but I quit. I feel like so many people make like why I quit teaching videos. It's the same old thing. The kids, the parents, the administration, the this, the pay, the this, the that. And I can echo all of those things, but for me, this really was a season of stepping out on faith. And I just wanted to encourage somebody, like, just go do it. Just go do it. If it's on your mind, it's on your heart, just go do it. You can always go back to what you've been used to. I'm a single mom with a 3-year-old, and I'm doing it. Just do it.